So this read is going to be a challenging one. I've got the layout up, and this is a big thing right now going on with Trump. Uh, Russians put a bounty on American soldiers' heads, paid the Taliban, soldiers were killed. And the burning question that has been going on and everybody's talking about in the news is, was Trump briefed that this was going on? That there was this bounty, and these soldiers, that Russia had paid. And right now, he's denying it, fake news, how he does that. And other people, are, it's pretty scandalous. And I have a feeling it's going to get scandalous. And there's a lot of GOP who'd rather not this come out. But then you've got other ones who are like, wait a minute, okay, this is our American soldiers. So there are some who are like, okay, yeah, Congress is going to look into this. Because this is big. This is a big thing going down. But the burning question, now I don't claim to be an expert in politics, so I can't, sit there and ramble off a bunch of names and stuff. I'm just dealing with one question. Was he briefed? Did he know? That's what I'm going to deal with. In the past position is the Ten of Pentacles. So this represents the bounty. The bounty that was put on the heads of our American soldiers. And I've also got the Tower reversed. Now, I want you to kind of, let me aim that better. But see how they're kind of being thrown out of the tower and so forth. So it's definitely like chaos. Below it we have the bounty. And then this chaos. I think of those, explosions that can happen in war and so forth. So, definitely that is what happened. That's in the past position. So we know that. But did he know? And this is where it gets interesting. The Seven of Swords is at the foundation, and the Seven of Swords is a betrayer. That is what they are. They are a betrayer. And right below that is the King of Swords, which can, for me, either the King or the Knight will represent him. He is Gemini. Shows very often for me. And the two cards sit like this in my layout. That is the way they are. So we have the betrayal. And I want you to realize that one of the representations of the King of Swords is intelligence. And the whole thing is, was this intelligence briefed? And since the two sit together like that, I would say yes. Somewhere, at some point in time, I do believe that he knew about this bounty. Another reason I feel that is because I want you to look at the Five of Pentacles. Let me turn it up right so you can kind of see the imagery. One of the messages when I see this is to be left out in the cold. Many of my tarot readers know that there are people that are kind of destitute and left out in the cold. But it's also a card when upright says, okay, you're left out in cold, but help is on the way. But it's in a reverse position. So you could say our soldiers were left out in the cold, but they didn't send help. That is how I see it. Why? Why would you do this? I will take note that at the crown is the Lovers. To me, this represents how Trump tries to have these relationships with these leaders that technically are our enemies. And, he approaches it like a businessman, not a leader of a country. And he thinks he's so slick. He didn't really write it, but The Art of the Deal. And he doesn't study the Sun Tzu Art of War. He thinks that by trying to get along like this with leaders who want to kill us, keep your friends close and your enemies closer, he doesn't understand what that means. Also in the environment is the Ace of Cups. So he tries to do this friendly connection with these people. But it makes him a puppet. And so then he makes the offering of the cup to these leaders that are not our friends. This is what he doesn't understand. They are not our friends. And this, I feel, it's like, it makes me feel he was aware, because I do have these two here like this. This is in the hidden position. This is in the deeper at the foundation position. What most were not aware, but I do believe he was. But at the crown, and a lot of people are aware of this strange thing he has for Putin, trying to have this relationship and try to make things friendly. You know, like he's trying to make peace or something, and he doesn't understand when he tries to do this. It doesn't work that way. That's not the way of the world. That's just not the way the world operates. And because of his ignorance, you know, we were betrayed, and our soldiers were left out in the cold because of a bounty. It's all in black and white here. Well, it's in color, but you know what I mean. It's very clear. It's very clear. A card that represents Pelosi for me as the Queen of Wands. I've seen it come up before. She's definitely going to take this. This is an opportunity, because you know she doesn't like him. We know that. And she's going to take this opportunity, but I don't feel it's a matter of, oh, now I've got him. But I feel like a lot of people are very upset about this time. You know, they're really upset. This is bad luck for Trump. You know, a lot of things have been going real bad for him lately, you know. And, but he's been, you know, he's focused on his rallies and getting the adoration and everything. And he spends all that time on Twitter, and look what happens. Look what happens with this ignorance. So they're left out in the cold. This is supposed to be about help is on the way for those left out in the cold. No help. No help came. The end card is the world reversed. You know, the world, you know, he's turned that world upside down for all of us in so many ways. You know, coronavirus, and, you know, the response to it has killed, you know, Americans, over 120,000 now. You know, the racism and the protests. If that doesn't outrage you, does this outrage you? Because, you know, it's one thing, you know, I was looking at a quote from one of the soldiers who is very well aware of what happened about the bounty and soldiers that died. She knows soldiers that died. And is like, you know, telling people that support him, you have no right to thank us for our service. And I completely, you know, I completely understand that. I completely understand that. That's a skinny, guys. So I do believe and it's going to come out, you know, they're going to try to cover this up. You know, he's going to try to cover it up. He's going to try to cast illusions, fake news. You know, he's going to try to cast illusions. But it's real important to pay attention to this. He's going to try to appeal to the, you know, the Christians. You know, just like when he went out there with the Bible right in front of the church, he wants to appeal to them. There is only hope to get elected again, you know, but you know, when it comes to soldiers, that's a big thing with America, is to support the soldiers. Really, that is a bipartisan deal. You know, we both support American soldiers when it comes to this. That's what I get. I mean, I have seen this for the last few years or so. The way he handles people that are our enemies, you know, giving them like love and adoration, trying to be their friend. He doesn't understand that, you know, this is not negotiating some real estate property. You know what I'm saying? This costs people's lives, you know, because he, you know, he was briefed. I will tell you, I know he was. And he, you know, what is the reason exactly? I'm not 100% sure, other than with seeing the Lovers and the Ace of Cups. I feel like, and I hate to say it, he did value more trying to get that positive relationship with Putin versus take care of our soldiers. And I also feel he's a coward to stand up to him. Deep down, oh, he tries to be all tough on Twitter, right? Deep down, he's a coward. You know, I straight up, if you don't think that's not cowardly, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. Okay, this is cowardly. This is cowardly to do that. That you won't stand up. No, you're not going to do that to our soldiers. I'm not sure exactly what the next step is here. I'm not sure. I do have outcome also next to the world reverse is the Two of Wands in the reverse position. So there is going to be a hesitancy as far as what action to take. You know, should we go this road? Should we retaliate in some way? Because you know how that's the game, okay? They do this, so we do that. You know, I know there is consideration for this because this is, you know, to step back and just let this happen, right? That's not normally the way it goes in the Sun Tzu Art of War. So, but I'm not 100% that move, you know, what it's going to make. But I see that hesitation, but I did just draw judgment. So that'll be my final card of this read. You know, that's especially, for me, that's my card when shit hits the fan. But you're being called to do something, especially you're being called to act. So there is going to be, you know, the trumpet call. Trump and trumpet. Okay? Trump and trumpet. It's going to be a call that, what are you going to do about it? This is what happened. What are you going to do about it? What's the next move here? It is normally, I know, and I sat on this before I started the read, and the read made me angry. I sat on it like maybe they didn't brief him because they know he's such a hothead, you know, that giving him information like this, he might do something real ignorant. And I feel like they don't trust him with this relationship, okay? I feel like his own people don't trust him, and they feel that he would botch something, you know. But then when I start doing the read, it's like, no, they said something to him. He didn't act. He didn't act because he doesn't understand the art of war. He doesn't know how to play chess. He plays checkers. You know, he plays checkers. It's you know, he looks at everything like a business, and he thinks in a box. This is my box. I'm going to do things my way. He doesn't. He's got all these advisors, and he only listens to himself, and it costs lives. It costs lives. It's disgusting. That's my read.